Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX India A-List, where we bring to you the brightest and the most influential luminaries. First up, joining us is actor Vicky Kaushal, who we also have Richa Mehta, actor, model and entrepreneur, as well as Mr. Adhiraj Mehra and Ms. Drishti Pahwa, who are managing partners at AMDP Advisors. Let's jump into this unmissable telecast with India's Who's Who.
A versatile actor.
The trailer for The Great Indian Family, which of course is your upcoming film.
One tick box to happen in their bucket list that they would want a YRF film to be there in their filmography, and I'm very happy that finally that film is The Great Indian Family for me.
Entertaining with his performances.
I can see that there's a message underlying. It's an entertainer, but with a message.
As an actor, I do want to explore myself in different genres. I have grown up watching family entertainers, so it is it is very much ingrained in our DNA.
NewsX India A-List proudly recognizes Vicky Kaushal for excellence in acting.
Hello and welcome, Amudar Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview on NewsX. We are being joined today by actor who needs no introduction. Vicky Kaushal is live with us today. Vicky, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Uday. How are you?
Well, I'm great, and I have also enjoyed the trailer for The Great Indian Family, which of course is your upcoming film. Fans are reacting so positively to it. What do you believe has led to that buzz that has been generated already, Vicky, and how are you reacting to it?
I think, Uday, firstly, we are in a very positive frame of mind when it comes to consuming cinema these days. The last couple of months have been fantastic, especially for Hindi cinema after a long time, where films across genres are working really well at the theatres, and people are really excited to see what's next, what's coming up next Friday. So I think it's a very beautiful time going on to bring a film to the audiences, and especially a family entertainer like The Great Indian Family, produced by Yash Raj Films, who have been pioneers in family entertainers. So yeah, really excited to bring this sweet little fun, emotional roller coaster film, The Great Indian Family, to the audiences.
Well, it is your first collaboration with Yash Raj Films. So how's that been like for you?
No, it's been truly special, truly special. I think every aspiring actor is always dreaming for this one tick box to happen in their bucket list that, they would want a YRF film to be there in their filmography. And I'm very happy that finally that film is The Great Indian Family for me. When I got a call from the YRF office saying that they wanted to narrate me a film directed by Vijay Krishna Acharya, I was very excited because he's really been an integral part of this production house for his past films. So getting to work with him was immensely fun for me. And of course, YRF is like I said, a major tick box for me.
Now, obviously, I'm sure more will unveil when one sees the entire film, but I can see that there's a message underlying. It's an entertainer, but with a message. What do you believe is that message, Vicky, of TGIF?
I think, Uday, one of the things I truly feel proud of being an Indian about is our diversity. We live in a country where every 100 kilometers our food changes, our culture changes, our language changes, and still there are values which bring us all together, and we can still call ourselves one, which is we are Indian. And I truly feel very, very proud of that trait. And here's this family entertainer, this film which gave us the opportunity to celebrate that diversity and inclusivity, and it's done in not a very preachy way but an entertaining way, where of course it's that message going on, but also at the forefront is our family values, our togetherness as an Indian family, which is very reflective of the country that we live in.
Now, it's a tale based in a small town. It's a character which I'm sure many would be able to relate to. But interestingly, it comes so soon after Zara Hatke Zara Bachke, which was also a small town tale. Now, is that coincidental or did that just happen? Because these are very, very different roles which have come together for you, the films releasing back to back.
No, it is coincidental in that sense, the order of the films coming out. But As an actor, I do want to explore myself in different genres. I have grown up watching family entertainers, so it is part, it is very much ingrained in our DNA. But I have to tell you this, that my mother is very happy to see me in a film like this, because she really enjoys family entertainers. So I'm really looking forward to showing her the film.
You're mentioning what your mother thinks, and I was reading somewhere that your mother is your barometer of what the family audience will think about your movie. Is that correct? And is that why you go to your family for feedback, to see what their reaction is to the movie, which gives you a kind of preview of what audiences will think about your film?
Everybody, I mean, we are a family belonging to the film industry, but as much an audience as anybody else. And especially my mom, she gives one-word reviews, very simple reviews, nothing too technical. She either enjoys it or she doesn't enjoy it, and she's always like, her reaction is very similar to the box office returns of the films and like the janta reaction. So I'm always very curious about how she found the film, like if she liked it or she disliked it. So I'm really like having my fingers crossed on that.
Now, of course, the public loved Zara Hatke Zara Bachke. It was, of course, a hit. Your pairing with Sara Ali Khan was appreciated. Your performance also was praised. But how was that, entire feeling for you? Because you've given great roles like in Govinda Naam Mera and, of course, in Sardar Udham, which was a fabulous performance. But those released on OTT. So after Uri, this was your hit at theatres. How did that feel for you, Vicky?
It was extremely fulfilling, and more so what was special was to see the cinema halls getting packed with audiences for a film like Zara Hatke Zara Bachke, where at that time it was said that maybe it's not the film for the cinema halls. We are like, people are only coming in for the big budget films, and this was the first mid-budget film that worked after a long time at the theater. So that was an extremely special feeling. That gave a lot of confidence to the entire industry that, okay, people are open to good stories, good content, irrespective of the budgets, irrespective of the genres. So that was a big personal win on that level. But every time a film works, it's still like, it's a beautiful feeling. That's what we work for. It is to entertain the audiences, and when we get that love back from them, it's the most heartwarming feeling. That's what we live for. That's what encourages us in the best possible way. So that's what I'm hoping and praying for that to happen with the Great Indian Family as well on 22nd September.
Okay, now coming back to your character in the movie, of course, you're someone who's performing at Jagratas, but any real life going to Jagrata memories that you can share with us?
Oh yes, I think as kids, we were never given an option but to tag along with mom to go to Jagratas and Jagrans and Mata Ki Chowkis, where the first half an hour used to be like, we were very shy about participating in it and going for it. But then after half an hour, I would be the guy dancing the most on, those Jagratas. And it was a perfect occasion to, meet your cousins again and your relatives again. It's always like the memories I have of Jagratas and Mata Ki Chowkis and Jagrans in my own like personal life. It's always like, it brings a smile to my face.
Okay, well, you're singing a lot of bhajans in the movie, of course, and right now the atmosphere is full of bhajans because it is the Ganesh Mahotsav, which of course is on underway as we speak. So a lot of bhajans in the air, but I know you're a music fan. You love listening to music all the time. So what's your go-to music right now, and which is your favorite genre of music right now?
Uday, my go-to music is always Punjabi music. That's what I've grown up to. It's Punjabi music or Bollywood music. I love them both. They are an instant mood uplifter for me. So yeah, they're a very integral part of my day. Be it my workouts or me just driving around, or me working, or me being in the van, or anything like music. I need music. I just feel good about it.
Okay, last couple of questions now for you, Vicky, before we let you go. One now on your real life family. Your family is expanded after your marriage to Katrina Kaif. How has life changed for you post-marriage? How is the family changed with Katrina's addition?
Oh, it's been beautiful. I don't know how to put it in words, but my mom and dad are really happy because they used to always keep saying, with me and Sunny in the family, they used to keep saying that we've always wanted a daughter. So they finally gotten a daughter, so they are very happy. And yeah, she's like, she's the most probably liveliest member of the family now, and it's fun when, like, we are all together.
Okay, and we want to know now what is the conversation at the Kaushal family household. In the movie, of course, we can see a bit of it in the trailer. Someone is asking you for a charger. Someone is saying, Vicky, ye le aao, wo kar lo mere liye. What about in the real life? What is the family conversation at the breakfast table, lunch table, dinner table for you?
Well, when it comes to me, Uday, I have to say that it's pretty much the same for me as well. Bhajan Kumar ki ek hi problem hai that he's a star outside the home, and ghar pe he's ghar ki dal, and that's the case with me as well.
And my final question to you, Vicky, is on a statement, made by filmmaker Anurag Kashyap recently. He's someone who, of course, you worked with at the start of your career, and he believes that your full potential has still not been tapped by the industry. In fact, he wants you to do a full-fledged action film. He's wondering why no one's offered you that, and he believes you can do it like no one else in the industry. Your reaction to what he said?
It's very sweet of him to say that. I mean, he's literally seen me in every, major points in my career so far, from the very beginning, be it assisting him on Gangs of Wasseypur to till now, be it Raman Raghav, Manmarzi. He's been a very integral part of my journey so far. Knows me in and out on a personal level as well. So I would like to believe that myself as well till my last film, that there's still more to offer. There's still more to explore. But there will be action happening very soon as a film genre, and that's a genre that I personally enjoy myself a lot as an actor as well. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Okay, let's leave it at that. Many thanks to you, Vicky, for joining us today on NewsX. All the very best to you with the movie, and thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. They're always lovely talking to you, and I really hope that all the great Indian families go out in the theatres on the 22nd September and watch this great Indian family.
Journey from finance to fashion.
From finance to fashion.
2017. That was the time I thought that if not now, then it would be never.
Showcasing her work in Nepal.
Represented India in Nepal.
Nepal and India can come together, and we can really represent and make our countries proud.
NewsX India A-List proudly recognizes Richa Mehta for excellence in fashion.
Hello and welcome to India A-List. We are being joined by a very special guest, Richa Mehta, an actor, model and entrepreneur who has graced the screens of top-tier television commercials and digital advertisements, which has garnered her recognition across India and Dubai. At the outset, I would like to ask you if you could tell us a little bit about your journey from finance to fashion.
First of all, thank you so much for having me today, and thank you, Pia. So finance to fashion, I call it F square. F square means I started my journey. I thought I'm very good in finance. And as I was a Delhi University topper in BCom honors, then I did my MBA in finance. And after that, I got placed in my dream company, Ernst & Young. The year I got promoted in 2017, that was the time I thought that if not now, then it would be never. I changed my profession from finance to fashion because, like it's been said, dreams keep evolving. So did mine. I was doing shoots in bits and pieces, but then I didn't know that I have my flair in fashion. In 2018, without having any godfather, I started into this industry. My first assignment was with Ritu Kumar, and then lot of shoots, lot of fashion shows, lot of digital advertisements, TVCs. My first TVC was Vanish Detergent. And being 5 years down the line, here I am, model, actor, and entrepreneur, having awarded 300 plus awards, nationally and internationally. So that was my quick journey, rather a hardworking journey from finance to fashion.
All right, you recently represented India in Nepal. Could you tell us a little bit about that and how it felt?
Well, it was dream come true. Sometimes when you work hard, nothing comes overnight. I truly believe that. And in June this year, I got a call that they want me to represent youth, to represent India in Nepal. This was an offer which I don't think I could have said no. I was there for 4 days in Nepal, representing my industry, entertainment and film fraternity, representing fashion fraternity. It was indeed an honor and a proud moment for me because I feel that when I met the artists in Nepal, they were so humble, so welcoming, and we did exchange quite, I mean, so many ideas as to how Nepal and India can come together, and we can really represent and make our countries proud. So overall, it was amazing experience.
In your opinion, what is your biggest achievement?
Um, if I think about it, in 2018, the very first year, I got a national award for being the young achiever in 2018. When I was on stage, I think I'll hit an emotional front here. I was on stage, and my father, for the first time, was called, Can I Not Have? Father of Richa Mehta, Mr. Balram Mehta. That was the biggest achievement when they honored my father and uh, called him on stage while my papa was there, and there was a shawl which was given in honor, plus the award, my award was handed over to him. That was, for me, until date, the best thing I could have ever imagined. I lost Papa in 2021, and there are few things which would never fade away. This is amongst those, and that moment I'll cherish forever. I have that picture still in my phone, in my all records, and that video too. So I feel that that's my biggest achievement.
So every journey has its hurdles. You've made it quite far. So how do you deal with them? How do you deal with these hurdles to remain positive?
I take one day at a time. It's okay. Not all days can be mine. I don't think that all days can be happy, jolly, being, being there, right there. Not every day we get a project. Not every day I am having my shoot. There are times when I have my lows. So I take one day at a time. I don't give up. I really feel that start fresh every day. I sleep it over, and I think that it's okay. Tomorrow will be my day. And I don't carry anything for a longer period. Last bit which I follow, and the mantra which really helps me in overcoming these challenges, are ignorance. I cannot prove the world, Pia. I cannot prove the world that I'm right. Please know that I'm right. I cannot go and justify anything and everything which comes or pops up on social media. I just be quiet. I ignore it. It's for the betterment of me, for my mental sanity, for my mental well-being. Because I cannot come and say that no, this is wrong. I meant this, and you took it the other way. I think the time heals everything. The people who understands me will understand slowly and gradually that no, that's why she took this decision.
That's quite wonderful to hear. Can you also tell us a little bit about your Ear to Hear social initiative?
Uh, so Ear to Ear is very close to my heart because touchwood, it's just been 5 years into my industry. God has been kind in terms of the modeling, acting, and my entrepreneurship journey. I wanted to give back to the society. Well, yeah, I was being really pointed out. This is no age of doing such things. You should do something for your career rather than giving it back to the society. You have your whole life in front of you where you can do these things. But I had this in me that I really want to do it. So 1st Jan 2021, I started with my beautiful platform by the name of Ear to Hear. It's a social cause. It really works on women's mental health and its awareness, because I remembered my first year in this industry, 2018, was not, it was full of hardships because I had no one to hold my hand, not even a single person who said, "Hey, come, you are new, I'll help you." Everybody was there because it's big competition in the modeling industry. Actors are coming in every day. Lot of people who are representing brands as brand ambassador, and so I wanted that if there was nobody for me, I want to be there for somebody selflessly. So 1st Jan 2021, Ear to Hear was started, and it's been 2.5 years down the line. We are in 18 states representing 5,000 plus women. We conduct online and offline sessions with a disclaimer of not being judged. Women from all spheres, rural, urban areas come forward. They talk their heart out. They talk about what is working, what is not working. Because a lot of times we cannot share our thoughts with our family also because we know that they might have their own opinion. We just want somebody to be there and where we can just vent out. And so that's about year to year. We have now become one big family of 5,000 women, slowly and gradually having a vision of reaching all 28 states. And we'll make sure that we hit around all females so that they don't feel alone, they don't have anxiety and various other problems. We also have expert team with us. Expert team are the healers, the counselors, and we give these kind of advice almost free of cost. That we don't charge anybody for anything. Even the women who are part of Ear to Ear, it's completely free. So I would like to take your platform to inform everybody because there are a lot of noises around where people say that which are charged, for being part of a social cause. And I'm going to take this beautiful platform to inform everybody. It's completely free of cost. We as women are coming forward, talking about women empowerment, coming forward for womanhood. That's the entire motive of reaching all 28 states, talking about mental health and its awareness.
Well, what a lovely initiative. My last
Thank you so
question
much.
for you. What exactly lies ahead for Richa Mehta in the near future?
I'm not sure whether I can talk about this in detail, but yes, I have a lot of projects coming into the Bollywood industry. Yes, I am taking a step forward. I've already worked in some of the OTT platforms, but yes, there are a couple of projects which I've already signed in for the Bollywood ones. Other than this, I have few international projects. I have been the brand ambassador for Ram Ratan Group from almost 3 years. I'm phasing into the next year for the same. I'm representing 7 brands internationally. I think for now, Pia, I should take this an opportunity to thank everybody for believing in me because nothing happened. It's not a magic wand which happened and Richa became the Richa Mehta. It's something which just happened because of sheer hard work and dedication. So I think, yes, that's about my future projects. And like about my industry, we cannot disclose the names, we cannot disclose it until and unless it's out from the director.
Indeed, with that, I would like to thank you for joining us and presenting your life's journey, the impact you are creating in society, and also what lies ahead for you in the future.
Thank you so much, Pia, for having me. Thank you, NewsX, for having me. And looking forward for the next one pretty soon. Thank you so much.
Young iBanking warriors.
Everyone to have an investment banker, and how does it actually help a company or a startup?
Primary objective that we have is to marry the investor's vision with the company's vision.
Enabling business reach the next level.
Which are the sectors and companies you believe one should watch out for in 2023?
Trezi, the metaverse company, is a tangible metaverse in the AEC space.
Okay.
Watch out for these spaces because if you are going to invest or wanting to be part of them, get into these industries now.
NewsX India A-list proudly recognizes Mr. Adhiraj Mehra and Ms. Drishti Pahwa for excellence in business advisory.
Today we have with us in our studio Adhiraj Mehra and Drishti Pahwa. They are both working with a large network of investors, including private equity funds, VCs, early stage funds, HNIs, and large-scale family business houses, both in India as well as overseas. They help them raise growth, capital via institutional investors, and also facilitate mergers and acquisition transactions for large corporations as well as family businesses. If you want to know more about them, well, we are going to now find out through this conversation. So firstly, Adhiraj and Drishti, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Uday. Thank you for having us.
Adhiraj, let's get into firstly your introduction. Tell us a bit about both of you, what you do, and also we want to know more about AMDP Advisors and how your journey has been so far.
Oh, sure. But firstly, thank you so much, Uday. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much, NewsX A-listers. I think it's a brilliant initiative and it's always good to be on TV to talk about your work. AMDP, as it stands for, Adhiraj Mehra, Drishti Pahwa. The company is named after us, and simple reason, you never do anything unethical when your name is involved. At least we try to. Look, we are a boutique investment bank based out of Delhi. We work with some of the larger private equity firms. We work with VC firms. We work with early stage capital. We work a lot with like-minded entrepreneurs. Typically, we are sector agnostic. We look at things with a different eye. We look at something as basic as agriculture or deeply rooted as agriculture as an industry, to us actually doing a deal a couple of months back in the metaverse space in the AEC industry. So that's sort of the broad spectrum. In terms of our thesis, we look at necessity-based businesses. I think it's really important that we focus on necessity-based businesses. We try to work with very good people, so promoters are of utmost importance. And obviously now things are moving towards profitability again, so I'm very happy to tell you that we would try to work with profitable businesses and business models.
Now, Drishti, I have to ask you though, why do you believe it's essential for everyone to have an investment banker, and how does it actually help a company or a startup?
So very good question, Uday. In fact, let me tell you that we're actually the shoulder on which the gun is placed and fired from. So the iBanker does all the dirty work. You know, all the difficult things which investors and promoters cannot talk about directly, those are the things that we have to communicate. So our work is much more than just creating a business plan or making investor memorandums or, you know, pitch decks as they call it. There is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. In fact, because we are working with investors on a daily basis, we understand their mindset, we understand where they're coming from. So the primary objective that we have is to marry the investor's vision with the company's vision. So the iBanker does a lot of dirty work to make a complex situation look all rosy. And about 10 to 12 years back, this luxury was not available to us in our country.
Right. You know, Adhiraj, also as far as investors are concerned, what do they really think? What goes into their minds before they invest into a company or a startup nowadays?
I'm glad you brought it up. As I said, you know, I'm very happy that things have moved back to the traditional form of business. Again, the wave has come where investors are looking at profitable business models. Investors are actually looking at good promoters. Earlier, I think about 10 years back, there was this huge wave of, you know, increasing the valuation, putting in a lot of money, increasing the burn rates of companies. I think it's all come back now after COVID, and people have realized that the basics of business can never change. Uday, also, I would really like to point out one thing. I think for any organization or a team, whether it's a sport team, cricket team, whether it's our news channel, everything stems down from the top, right? So your leader at the top, actually you imbibe their qualities. And what PM Modi has done, our honorable Prime Minister, in the last 10 years, he's changed the face of how the world looks at India. You know, earlier, every company that used to come to us, they used to want to work with foreign investors, foreign companies. Everyone used to tell me, I want to enter into the US markets, the UK markets, the UAE markets. And today, because of Mr. Modi and his initiatives, the biggest shift that has taken place is the mindset of Indian companies and Indian entrepreneurs. Every investor in the world today, whether it's from the UAE, whether it's from the US, whether it's from UK, they want to work with Indian companies, and that's beautiful.
Yes, and that's big, and that's certainly very, very good to hear it from you, because you're an insider in the industry now. But I have to ask you, you know, obviously, this is again something that will be very useful for those watching. Which are the sectors and companies you believe one should watch out for in 2023?
Well, I'll give you 4 or 5 of them. I think India is moving towards a lot of interesting and new sectors now. First one being sports. I think sports in India is largely untapped thanks to our dependence on cricket. But the ancillary sport market is going to grow big time. In fact, watch out for a company called Elevate Sports India, which is doing fantastic work in the kabaddi space. They have a product called Yuva. It's it's going to focus on more than 1,500 kabaddi players. It's brilliant. They've changed the landscape of kabaddi. Consumer tech is a big sector. Anyone innovating in consumer tech will become big. A company called Insta Astro is actually using astrology services to solve mental health issues, which is brilliant. They've just raised money. They're going to grow. The industry is going to grow as well. Coming back to something more traditional, there's a company called Devdutt Foods, which is actually an umbrella for masalas, for spices, and for dry fruits. No other company has that. They're going to actually shift to a more sort of D2C, B2C model in delivering everything to the clients. We've just concluded one amazing deal in the buzzword today, that's the metaverse, but this is very different.
Right.
Trezi, the metaverse company, is a tangible metaverse in the AEC space.
Okay.
Watch out for these spaces, because if you are going to invest or wanting to be part of them, get into these industries now. And content creation is another one. Must focus on content creation. In fact, a company called Mugafi is doing it brilliantly. They're creating IPs, and these IPs are going to make you money. So watch out for these companies and these spaces. It's damn exciting.
Okay. Right, Adhiraj, that is of course a very, very interesting perspective that you've given us. My final question then is to Drishti. Drishti, what about the youth? Those who are hearing you both today, who perhaps aspire to set up their own firm or maybe join AMDP one day. What should young students aspiring to be investment bankers focus on?
So my message to aspiring iBankers would be that firstly, it's a beautiful field to be a part of. Because you're continuously learning and upgrading yourself, and you're getting a chance to work with some of the finest minds, brightest minds in the industry in terms of investors and promoters. So it's a wonderful career option to have. Having said that, iBanking requires a lot of patience because deal making is a very complex process and it's very time consuming. So a transaction can take 10 days or it can take 10 months for it to conclude. So anyone whose salary is running the house or anyone who's used to getting a fixed amount into their account every month, such a person will not be suitable for this profile. In fact, we at AMDP Advisors, whenever we are looking for candidates, the most important thing that we look for is patience, because it takes time to build your network within the industry, and it definitely takes time to build trust.
Yeah.
Also, someone who is willing to put in more than just the basic things that an iBanker does. So it's not just the IQ that matters here. It's also the EQ, the emotional quotient. Someone who has the ability to understand why certain decisions are taken by investors and promoters. Such a person would definitely be valued and rewarded in our industry.
Okay, well, that's great advice to those watching, and thank you both so much once again for joining us on our show, Adhiraj and Drishti, and wishing you the very best in your journey ahead.